Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I make, just NBA now because NFL's over. But I also do XFL content in the Discord. Discord link will be down below if that's something you're interested in. All of these NBA videos get posted on this subreddit right here. It is called DF Sports. You can find my posts. My username here is Shook. Reddit right here is DF Sports. I post updates with all the news that comes out. You can talk strategy here. People can ask you can ask me questions. I'll always respond to you, stuff like that. It's a really great place to be in my opinion. So definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. And if you ever need to get a hold of me, privately, you can do so on Twitter at Tory Langley 1992 right here. So yeah, if you have questions about DFS, just anything on your mind, let me know. You can message me. I'll always respond to you. So, yep. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game slate for tomorrow. It's kind of so-so. Some very unappealing games in the beginning, but we do have some late night hammers that look pretty good. But let's take a look at my lineups from tonight, or my lineup from tonight. XFL, I can't show you my lineup because I only have one player playing, and you could just copy what I have, which is against TOS because I only have one player playing. So can't show you my XFL lineup for cash games, unfortunately, but can show you my NBA lineup from tonight. So I'm absolutely tilted. So freaking tilted. You have no idea. No idea what just happened to me. So I play this lineup, and I'm like, okay, dude, my lineup is absolutely freaking smashing. I was here, winning $1,000. I think it might have been fourth. I don't know where I was. I was winning $1,000. Keon Johnson is mega busting as chalk. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna win like $1,500 tonight. Like I'm gonna win. And possibly could have won the big money if Shaden Sharp could hit a frickin' shot. But yeah, I'm in fourth, fifth, winning $1,000, and Keon Johnson subs in with like I don't know what was it like, frickin' 3 minutes to go, and he goes for 20 fantasy points in 3 minutes. The dude literally went for 20 fantasy points in 3 minutes. I go from fifth place, winning $1,000, all the way to 30th, and I only 3x my buy-in. Just absolutely wild. The most frustrating thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. But you can see my lineup here. My lineup I went with SGA, Cam Reddish, Taylor Horton Tucker, Lauri Markkanen, Joel Embiid, Shaden Sharp, Nasir Little, Ryan Arcidiacono, who he's not a bad point per minute guy either. So felt very comfortable going him once he was in the starting lineup. And then the core that I had for today was Cam Reddish, absolute smash. Taylor Horton Tucker, absolute smash. Shaden Sharp, and Nasir Little, absolute smash. So 4 out of 4 on the core reach value. Shaden Sharp could have been better. And then I told everyone in Discord, SGA, Joel Embiid, the two best benefits on the slate, in my opinion, both absolutely nuked the slate. And then I told everyone I was very high on Lauri Markkanen as well, going up against this Oklahoma City Thunder team. Someone asked me on Reddit, actually. I remember them saying, they were like, stay away from Clarkson and stay away from Markkanen, and given the matchup. And I'm like, no, I'll stay away from Clarkson, but I think Markkanen's a great play today at 9,400. OT definitely helped, but he was smashing regardless. So really good night overall. I hope you guys had a good night as well. Pretty tilting though. I should have probably won over $1,000 tonight. But that's NBA DFS. Nothing you can do about it. Always have a slate tomorrow. So let's have a good day tomorrow. Look past what happened today and not be tilted about winning money. So, all right, let's go over this 8-game slate. So we have the Knicks at the Washington Wizards. So it's a good spot for the Knicks. There's not too much here that stands out to me. they're all just GPP plays. Like Randall, Brunson, you know what you're getting from both. You're probably getting 35 plus minutes from both. They're going to be the clear number 1 and 2 on this team. I do think both are appropriately priced or a little bit overpriced. I honestly think Brunson should be more higher priced than Randall at this point with how Brunson is producing. Brunson's been absolutely phenomenal. So if I were to play one, it would be Brunson, but I think both are a little bit overpriced for my liking. Josh Hart at 5.8K seems priced about right, maybe a little bit overpriced too. He's just not playing enough minutes for me to warrant going to him at this price tag, so I'll gladly pass. RJ Barrett's minutes have been way, way down, but if you get a game where he plays like 40 minutes at this price tag, I definitely have some interest because he would be way too cheap. But like I said, minutes have been down of late, so it's hard to trust him. But like I said, if he gets the minutes, this price tag is too cheap. Mitchell Robinson, I do believe, is questionable. We'll monitor it. Doesn't really change much for me. And then I'm probably not going to be going to anyone else on the Knicks. Basically just the top 2 guys and then some interest in RJ Barrett. On to Washington. So we have Bradley Beal, I believe, questionable. It's a really tough spot going up against the Knicks. I mean, this team just basically kind of feels like a cross-off to me. Like, I think Porzingis is overpriced in one of the toughest matchups in the league against bigs. I think Kuzma's a bit overpriced with everyone healthy. If Bradley Beal is out, though, I would like Kuzma at sub 8K. He definitely gets a big usage bump. Porzingis would be playable if Beal's out, but I definitely would prefer Kuzma. Beal himself, if he plays, just fine. Minutes have been up of late. I play him here. He absolutely busts, but every other game he's going for like 50. So some interest in Beal. I think he's a fine tournament play. I just don't like the pace of this game. If Beal plays, then I'm just off everyone else, basically. If Beal's out, then I think you can consider guys like Denny. He would be in play. Wouldn't be a smash, but would be a playable value. And then they're going to run like a 3-headed guard rotation with Monty, DeLon, Kendrick Nunn. So they're just large field tournament darts. They're not something I'm going to go out of my way to play. Let's move on to Cleveland. So, okay spot here for Cleveland. Mitchell at 9.7K I think is overpriced. I just don't think he has the ceiling at this price tag to really win you a tournament unless he goes for like 60 like he did these 2 games. But more often than not, he's probably going to kill you at this price tag. So not too much interest in Donovan Mitchell. I do like Darius Garland in a better spot. I believe DeJounte Murray is going to be on Donovan Mitchell, so I think it opens up Darius Garland quite a bit. He's also going to play pretty big minutes as well, so I think Garland is a good GPP play at sub 8K. The bigs, they're just there for me. They just seem like pretty safe plays to me. Karis LeVert plays mid-20s minutes off the bench. Not a ton of value on this slate, so I could see going there. Also, as shooting guard eligibility, I think he is a perfectly fine value if you want to go there. And I'm not going to go to anyone else. Let's move on to Atlanta. Really tough spot here for Atlanta, so there's not much. Like, I think Trey's priced about right, but he'll probably get you a double-double. Does have a ceiling if he goes for like a 30-point double-double. Probably plays mid-30s minutes. Okay contrarian play, but I really don't like the matchup here. DeJounte Murray, I definitely do prefer to Trae Young given the price points, but I would actually rank Darius Garland over to DeJounte Murray if I had to pick, but both are fine options. I think Murray, I definitely do prefer to Trae Young. Clint Capella, we don't have John Collins, so I think Capella could be be in play for a little bit more minutes, but once again, very, very bad matchup. So more of just a tournament dart for me. Hunter, no. Bog, no. Steek Bale probably start for Collins. Minutes wise for him, probably mid-20s. Okay option. Don't hate it, don't love it. And then probably not going to go to anyone else. Congo probably gets the backup 5. I think he's priced right, though. And yeah, let's move on to Miami. So we do have Tyler Herro coming back. And we also have Victor Oladipo back. So that is going to muddy the waters for some things. So Bam Butler, tournament only options. Tough spot. Milwaukee doesn't have Giannis, though, so it definitely does help a little bit. So Bam, I think is appropriately priced. I think Butler is still okay at 8,500. Going to play big minutes. Going to stuff the stat sheet. Do it all guy. I have no issues if you want to go there. Obviously, a very, very good defender. You can get those blocks and steals, stuff like that. So no issues with Butler. I think he's just okay. Harrow, I think 7.3K once again just feels like about right. Fine tournament option, like man, like everyone on Miami just seems meh. And you have Oladipo back, you have Tyler Herro back, so that like takes Strus, a downgrade to Strus, downgrade to Gabe Vincent. Downgraded secondary options. We have Kevin Love on this team now. I wonder what they're going to do with him. Um, like, if they start Kevin Love, which I don't know if they will, but if they start Kevin Love, I really like him, but I don't know if they're going to start him. I really don't. I saw on Twitter they could, but I don't know what lineup they would do with Kevin Love that makes sense to start him. If you're a Miami Heat fan, definitely let me know, because Kevin Love could be someone we could go to at min price if they start him. They got Cody Zeller as well. Like, this team is just a mess right now. It's just a mess. I will say their bench looks a lot better now with Oladipo and Kevin Love, who comes off the bench, Max Strus, stuff like that. But just tournament only plays on Miami. So on the Bucks, we have no Giannis. He is going to be out for this game or doubtful. Pricing, DraftKings did a really good job with here. So, like, it's a really tough spot. You have Drew Holiday priced appropriately with no Giannis. He's still in play, but I'm not going to be running out of my way to roster him at this price tag, but still does have a tremendous ceiling with no Giannis. He's the clear number one on this team as well. Going to play huge minutes. So no issues with him. I think he's fine. Not a smash, but solid. Bobby Portis is back. I assume he'll be on a limit from being out for so long, so it's probably going to be impossible to go to him. Brook Lopez is overpriced. I do like Chris Middleton quite a bit, though. I think there's a chance they move Chris Middleton back into the starting lineup. We just had the All-Star break as well. He's gotten plenty of rest, so I think this could be the game where Chris Middleton surpasses 30 minutes. And if you get 30 plus minutes of Chris Middleton at this price tag with no Giannis, he is an absolute smash. So I really like Chris Middleton for GPPs on this slate, especially if they move him into the starting lineup. Pat Connaughton, I believe, is doubtful as well, so it's going to be a boost for guys like Grayson Allen. We also have Jay Crowder on this team. I don't know how much he'll play. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think he'll be DFS viable, but Joe Ingles at 4.2K is going to have to play a bit more. I think he's an okay value play. Like I said, Grayson Allen's going to have to play a bit more, but 4.8K does seem about right for him. You might get more minutes for guys like Javon Carter, but they're just fine. I think the real standout here is Chris Middleton at 6.3K, who I think this is the game where I think you need to take advantage of him and hope that he plays over 30 minutes. So, yeah, I really like Chris Middleton for GPPs. Let's move on to Brooklyn. So, Bridges had that massive game here. Not going to happen again. I think if you go to Bridges at this price tag, it's technically chasing. I would say it's chasing like 7.4K. You need like 45 to 50 from him to win you a GPP. Can he do that? Absolutely. But more often than not, he's probably going to get you around like 30 to 40 fantasy points, which 7.4K, I don't think I want that. So I'll pass on Bridges. I think Dinwiddie is the much better play between the two. I just think Dinwiddie is the much better fantasy producer, especially with the ball in his hands a lot as well. And I think he's going to be more aggressive on this Brooklyn team. It's a good spot against Chicago as well. I don't know who's out on Chicago, if they have anyone out, so it might not be a good spot. But Dinwiddie, I think, is okay. Bridges is a hard pass for me, especially if he's going to get ownership. Claxton, no. Cam, no. Cam Johnson, I think, is okay. Seems like a pretty safe play to me. Got to stuff the stat sheet, do a little bit of everything. Probably plays around 30 minutes. Think he's solid at 5.2K. Ben Simmons, I believe, will be out of the rotation from here on out. Can't go there. And probably not going to be going to anyone else on Brooklyn. Let's go to Chicago, though. So it's not a good spot now that they have good defenders on this team. So Vooch, Levine, just more tournament-only plays. But I will say, DeMar DeRozan, sub 8K. I know he's been god-awful, but his thigh apparently is doing very well. He's had time off. There was a quote of him saying he doesn't want to miss the playoffs, and he's going to do everything he can to get the Bulls into the playoffs. I don't tend to listen to narratives and player talk and stuff like that, but this kind of seems like a DeRozan spot to me. It really, really does. It's sub 8K. Nobody's going to play him either, so I do kind of like DeRozan. I feel like he's going to come out of this slump and just absolutely nuke a slate one day, and I really think that slate's going to be tomorrow. After having rest, his thigh's doing better. I believe it's his thigh. I kind of like DeRozan for GPPs. Don't kill me if he busts tomorrow. Please don't kill me. But I'm probably going to play him. He's probably going to bust. But I do like DeRozan quite a bit for GPPs. Patrick, no. The guards, they're okay. Um, yeah, they're just okay. Like Io, Caruso, they're okay. We also have Patrick Beverly on this team now. We'll see what they do. So I'll probably just stay away from the guard situation. They literally have how many guards do they have? They have Io 1, Kobe 2, Pat 3, Caruso 4. Yeah, I'm probably just going to stay away from the guards. Let's move on to Charlotte. So now we get to the better games. So LaMelo Ball at 11K. I still think he's playable even at this price tag. He just has so much upside. He's playing close to 40 minutes a game. He's triple-double upside. The pace of this game is going to be absolutely insane. So I still think LaMelo is perfectly fine even at this price tag. Terry Rozier we have as probable. He is the pivot off LaMelo. Like if LaMelo has a bad game, Terry Rozier is going to be the beneficiary of that. Kelly Oubre will also be back, but he'll be on a limit, so it's impossible to go to him. And then that just hurts guys like Gordon Hayward. It's going to hurt guys like Dennis Smith Jr. It's going to hurt PJ Washington possibly. So I think for me on Charlotte, it's probably just LaMelo and Terry Rozier at the top. Definitely not going to go to Hayward with Kelly Oubre back, or probably PJ too. Mark Williams, I guess, if he can stay out of foul trouble going up against Gobert, should play around 30 minutes. Good point per minute guy. Probably get you close to a double-double. Fine option at 6K, but definitely not a priority for me. And yeah, I think that'll do it for Charlotte. But Minnesota, man, I like this team quite a bit. I think Ant looks like one of the best spend-ups on the slate. 9,100 is too cheap. Phenomenal match going up against Charlotte. Really, really fast-paced game. High total. This game is just a DFS person's dream. So I really like Ant. I think he looks like one of the best spend-ups on the slate. I think Rudy Gobert at 7.2K looks pretty good to me as well. Should play high 30s minutes. Good point per minute guy. Charlotte has been absolutely terrible against posing bigs. So sign me up for some Rudy Gobert. I think he looks really good. Mike Conley's playable. Kyle Anderson probably plays mid-20s minutes. No issue if you want to go there. Fine option. McDaniel's more out there for his defense, but should play around 30 minutes. Like the pace of this game. Probably guards LaMelo. No issues if you want to go there either. I think he's solid if he can just stay out of foul trouble. And probably not going to go to anyone else. Let's move on to Houston. So another game here that I like quite a bit. No KPJ, no Jalen Green. I think Sengun looks amazing at 7.5K. He's going to run the offense here. They're going to run the offense through him. Really good point per minute guy. Has triple-double upside. Good spot against the Warriors. I think Sengun looks really good at 7.5K. I think Jabari, KJ Martin are solid plays in mid-range. Jayshawn Tate probably starts. I think he's a solid value at 4.1K. And then we have to monitor who that fifth starter is going to be. So I think it's either Josh Christopher or Daishawn Nix. Daishawn Nix, if he starts, I think that's perfectly fine. If they start Josh Christopher, I'm going to be playing Josh Christopher. I think he would be a really good value. If he comes off the bench, I still think he's fine, but would definitely prefer him to start. Yeah, that'll do it. But a lot to like with Houston, and I think Tari Eason's a okay dart, but him and Jabari Smith don't really play alongside each other, so he's not really going to gain too many minutes. But he does have a ceiling when he's playing extremely, extremely well. So a fine tournament dart there with Tari Eason. On the Warriors, so it's a really good spot here too. I like Poole at 8.3K. I don't know why he was 9K today, but I like him as a bounce back candidate here in a pace-up game against Houston. I think he looks like a solid GPP play. I think Clay's fine. Draymond, no thank you. No Wiggins, so Dante DiVincenzo, 5.5K. She probably plays around 30 minutes. Good point per minute guy. I think he's a pretty good play, even at 5.5K. Jonathan Kuminga moved into the starting lineup again. If he starts, I like him quite a bit for value. Kevon Looney came off the bench, but still played around 20 minutes. I think he's an okay option. So this game definitely looks pretty good to me in general. And let's move on to this last game. So I was absolutely in love with SGA tonight. He's matchup proof. I still think he's a fine option tomorrow. I definitely don't like the matchup as much, but still a fine option to me. Josh Giddey is also playable. Jalen Williams, another playable option. Jalen Williams, also another playable option. It's just some playable options here with the Thunder. Lou Dort had a big game today. No issue if you want to go there. Also played big minutes. 4.5K does seem a little bit too cheap for him as well. Let's move on to Phoenix. So KD going to be out. We have campaign questionable. I don't really think that news changes much, but Booker sub 9K I think is okay. Fine tournament play. I think the price tag does seem a little bit too cheap there. Really good spot for Ayton. I like him for GPPs. Chris Paul is okay. Josh Okogie is playing massive minutes right now. Really good point per minute guy. I think he's a solid play at 5.2K. And I'm not going to go to anyone else. Last game here, guys. Not a good spot here. So Sabonis, Fox, they're more GPP only plays for me. I think both had pretty good games tonight. Let me take a look. Pretty sure I want to say Fox had like 30 real life points. Yeah, just didn't do any peripherals. Sabonis had a good game, so they're always just fine GPP plays. Herter, no. Barnes, no. Murray, no. Monk, no. Why is Dellavedova still in the league? Why? I really want this man to just succeed. Please succeed. I'm so excited to see Russell Westbrook on the Clippers. Just please succeed, man. I'm rooting for this guy so much. I know everyone hates this dude, but this guy has won me so much money in DFS, so I just have a soft space for him in my heart, and I really want this guy to succeed. So please do well, Westbrook, please. But with Westbrook on this team, we're going to have to monitor if he starts, if he comes off the bench. I probably won't play him tomorrow, but if I was playing 150 lineups, if he moves into the starting lineup, I would definitely take some shots. Kawhi, Paul George, I do prefer Paul George to Kawhi. There is a play that I do like quite a bit, and that is Mason Plumlee. We do have Zubac out, so I assume Mason Plumlee will start. I assume he's probably going to play around 30 minutes. 5.1K is just too cheap for him, so I think Mason Plumlee looks like a pretty good play at that price tag. Not going to be going to anyone else, though, so I hope this video helped you all out. I hope you guys had a great night tonight, and I will talk to y'all hopefully tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be around before lock. I'm getting my COVID vaccine tomorrow, so I'll try my best to be home in time, but it's all going to depend on how fast they get me vaccinated. I have to travel an hour away from my house just to get the vaccine because nobody has the initial dose in stock. So, pretty unfortunate. I'll try to be home in time. I'll do my best. And yeah, Discord link will be down below in the comments.